Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
After a very rocky start for the San Antonio Spurs, is the 2023's first overall pick, Victor Wembanyama, going to be the superstar that Spurs fans are waiting for? The first handful of games of Wemby's career has told us a lot, and you'll be surprised what the future has in store for the 7'4" giant. As we know, the Spurs are in the early stages of constructing a roster that they believe will lead them to the next championship. Led by Brian Wright and the front office, they're making strategic moves to get ahead of the competition, aiming to create a winning foundation. Greg Popovich, the infamous seasoned coach, remains optimistic about the team's potential, viewing the players as superstars and trusting that success will come with time. Meanwhile, Spurs fans are eagerly watching, filled with anticipation and a bit of nervous energy, hoping that each decision made will contribute to the team's future success. Wembanyama is the cornerstone of that movement towards championship success. But there's been some looming doubts. There's been a lot of talk that Chet Holmgren is going to outshine Wemby for Rookie of the Year, as he put his first 30-plus game recently with 36 points against the Golden State Warriors. But okay, that's great for Holmgren, truly, but does Wemby have a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander next to him, with the Spurs shuffling around the rosters night after night? No, Wemby does not have anywhere near the support system of OKC. It's a silly comparison, but I want to make the point that if the Spurs can find a ball-moving superstar like SGA, this rebuild may happen even sooner, and more we'll start to see Wemby producing those 30-plus nights. With OKC being much further down their rebuild time, the Spurs in approximately 2 years' time, give or take, will begin to look like that with their rebuild. Big 7-foot-plus dudes with great scoring and shot blocking ability, talented 3-level scorers, versatile defenders, and spot-up shooters, the franchise will be in good hands. And let's be clear, OKC is a potential playoff contender. The Spurs? Nowhere near that. Just the fact that Wemby is demonstrating the success he has as it is already a huge testament to his skills. And another thing, it's so difficult to compare a 21-year-old to a 19-year-old. I mean, come on, Chet's coming in as a rookie at the age of 21, so he's already fitting into that giant frame more comfortably. Wemby will start to make those strides, building more muscle and gaining prime strength in no time. It's unfair to compare, really. And therefore, I do not think we should judge the Spurs' future by whether or not Wemby wins Rookie of the Year. It literally doesn't mean anything for the Spurs at this point. Also, you don't have to be a top-heavy 25-plus points per game player to win championships. As long as you have the team, the guidance, and the motivation, you can be a part of a great championship-winning team year after year. Much like how Tim Duncan was able to do with the Spurs 5 times. Funny I mentioned that because Wemby has been compared to Tim Duncan a lot lately, especially after he became the first Spurs rookie since Tim Duncan to put up 20 points and 5 blocks in a game. Defensively, the Spurs are going to be a powerhouse in the next few years because Victor Wembanyama's defensive prowess is no mystery. The guy's a generational talent. Despite being a 7'4" rookie, he moves on the court like a guard and can swat away seemingly any shot coming his way. According to Wemby himself, opponents are showing some reluctance in attacking him lately. On the flip side, Wembanyama's strength has been a bit of a struggle this season, especially when facing off against some of the beefier big men in the league. Nonetheless, he's starting to find his footing and made a strong statement in recent games against the Grizzlies. And even though Victor isn't putting up those Chet Holmgren numbers as often yet, Victor Wembanyama is undeniably establishing himself as a rising star in the NBA. With his impressive averages of 19.3 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game, he's showcasing a versatile skill set. Chet. While his shooting may have its streaks, there's every reason to believe in Wemby's scoring prowess for the long haul. I mean, with the Spurs' current roster, he's still proving to be a defensive force, tallying over 1 steal and an impressive 2.6 blocks per night. You cannot tell me that the future doesn't look bright. Comparing Chet to Wemby is just not fair. Yes, they've been both vying for Rookie of the Year, and naturally, comparisons will come. But if Chet was in Wemby's position on the Spurs, arguably, Chet would not even be a part of this conversation. I actually believe this early adversity is going to turn Wemby into a generational leader. He's going to learn so much from this season. After all, you learn more from losing. And if you're just looking at wins and losses and the potential Rookie of the Year award, you're missing the bigger picture. Wemby is doing amazing. Wembanyama is making waves on both ends of the court. His standout performance against the Memphis Grizzlies, boasting 19 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and a career-high 8 blocks, puts him in elite company. Only Spurs legend David Robinson has posted a similar line or better as a rookie in NBA history. It's a fitting milestone for Wembanyama, who seems poised to follow in the footsteps of the legendary Spurs big man. Despite the loss, the excitement is palpable for what Wembanyama is bringing to the game. While his offensive efficiency might have its fluctuations, his rim protection is consistently impressive. 8 blocks in a game, especially for a rookie, is a rarity. Pair that with 19 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal, and Wemby's performance becomes historic. This is, after all, just the beginning for the rookie sensation, and it won't be the last time he makes NBA rookie history. I cannot wait to see how the season unfolds for Wemby. While the Spurs are eager to start racking up wins, they can take solace in the excitement surrounding their rookie sensation and the promise he holds for the team's future. I know Charles Barkley might not like the comparison given that we've only started the season, but legendary Kevin Willis spoke straight facts about the young Frenchman recently. Kevin Willis, NBA All-Star and 2003 NBA champion with the Spurs, said he has a tremendous amount of skill and talent and height, and he's doing things that you would usually not see in a guy who's 7'4". Ball handling, shooting touch. When you look at guys that big who can shoot, there's only probably 3 players over the years who could do it. Ralph Sampson, Bol, and this kid here. Out of those 3, Sampson could never shoot like that though. He had maybe 10 to 12 foot range, and Bol, he had to work on his shot. And I agree 100%. If Wemby continues to improve on his shot game, man, oh man, we already know what he can do when you get this kid around the rim. It looks like a tall dude putting oatmeal back on the top shelf. But what do you think? Like Tim Duncan, will he win 5 championships? Is Chet better than him? But out of all these questions, I think the most relevant one, especially if you're a Spurs fan, is how long will this rebuild take before San Antonio is a playoff contender? If you ask me, just add an SGA-like piece to the Spurs, even an SGA from Wish.com for Wemby to play alongside with, and that dominance begins then and there. Thanks for watching. I hope you're all winning out there. Don't forget to check out our other videos and hit that bell icon for more to come. Take care.